Hi there. My name, or at least the nickname I've been going by on this channel, is Red. Do you get the channel name? I'm a single 26-year-old who's currently out of a job and living with her parents. And my life is nowhere near what I expected it to look like at this point. I wouldn't consider myself a people pleaser by far, but I do want to make the people I love proud of me. Sometimes I'll fall into the bad habit of thinking back on all the things I feel like people have expected of me throughout my life, and all the ways I failed to meet those expectations. I know I said I'd be there last time, but girl, I promise you I will be at your party tonight. Yeah, I'll be there at like 8. Sometimes there are expectations that have been explicitly stated. But sometimes I come to my own conclusion that people have certain expectations of me when really they might not. I mean, they may, but who's to say? People are always going to have expectations of me, whether they're small ones. Guess I should go get ready to head out for the party. Or massive ones. But if you weren't gonna try it, why'd you even come to my party? And at times, the thought of disappointing the people who have unmet expectations of me can feel more debilitating than motivating. But to get to the real point of this video, I'm just gonna wrap this up by saying none of this matters, ultimately, in the big picture, in the grand scheme of things. I've been thinking about what should my life look like at this stage in my life. And what I keep coming back to is asking myself, what does God want of me and my life right now? Am I living up to His expectations? All too often, my understanding of God gets way too influenced by the other relationships I have with people. Which I think is understandable because there's no real reference point for a relationship with God since, there's no one else who's eternal and perfect in every way. But what I mean by that is I used to come to these conclusions that God had all these expectations of me, and I used to think I was failing Him massively. He let me grow up with amazing Christian parents who put me through Christian schools and took me to church, and I worked in ministry, did the missions work and all that. So why is my faith not out of this world strong, and why don't I have this clear direction in life with some super successful ministry? God must be so disappointed with me, right? Right? Yeah, pretty terrible reasoning right there. But recently, I've been embarrassingly moodier than I'd like to admit. Feeling down, thinking, shouldn't my life look like this and that and this by now? And I'm making this video to call myself out. To say, hey, stop it. Pay attention to what God explicitly expects of you. To love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. And to love your neighbor as yourself. This is, and will always be, what I should be doing with my life. Of course, those expectations could get broken down in a little more detail, but I'm pretty happy that Jesus summarized everything for us. Lately, I feel like I've been sort of floating along, waiting for the next chapter of my life to start. But last night, I remembered the story of Jacob, who, while on a journey, stopped for the night and slept outside, using a rock for a pillow. He had this spectacular dream, which you should go read about, but in the dream, God spoke to Jacob saying, I am with you, and will watch over you wherever you go, and I will bring you back to this land. I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you. When Jacob awoke, he thought to himself, surely the Lord is in this place, and I was not aware of it. My situation is entirely different than Jacob's, but we serve the same God, and I'm convinced that God is watching over me. There's nothing about my life right now that is a surprise to God. He knew I'd be where I am in this moment, feeling exactly how I've been feeling. I'm convinced the Lord is with me. The Holy Spirit lives inside me. But I think I also need to copy Jacob's statement. Surely the Lord is in this place, and I was not aware of it. He's not just in my next chapter of life, but He's present and sovereign over everything going on in my life this very moment. I don't want to miss out on recognizing that for a second. Oh, and if you were curious what's up with all the outfit changes throughout this, it's because before I started my channel, I had quite a number of people tell me that I needed to make a YouTube channel, that they would subscribe and watch all my videos. But they were expecting me to make a clothing and fashion channel.